I want to know where the men in this world are that are tired of dating, that are tired of putting themselves out there and not getting it back, and want genuine, real love and aren't going to play with a woman's heart. Because I am tired. I am so extremely tired of being vulnerable. I'm so tired of putting myself out there and wanting love and desiring love and giving and not getting it back. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. And all I simply want is to be loved genuinely. For someone to see me and choose me and say it's you, so I can see them and choose them and say it's you back. I'm tired of being so insanely loyal, being cheated on. For people to tell me their truth and then just shit on me. It hurts, and I'm tired of being hurt. I'm so tired.
Welcome, my friends, to the RP Experience, my brothers and sisters. Could you hit the like button while you're at it? I'll give you a second to do that. Thank you very much. Subscribe, share, turn on your notifications so you know when I'm putting out a new video. Today's video is going to be more for the ladies and the good women, so that guys can understand your struggle. Now, I believe men in general usually do understand the woman's struggle because most of the time a lot of you are vocal of how guys are doing you wrong or how tough it is out here and stuff like that. But some of you do be lying or either shifting blame and not taking accountability. So this is not really for you that be doing that, which is definitely the toxic females, probably the bad women as well and stuff, even though things can happen to even you that you don't deserve. But since a lot of you on the dark side never want to look at yourself, I don't believe anything that I'm saying is going to reach you. So anyway, I'm talking to those on more of the good side that might hear what I'm saying or is trying to do better, not just following the crowd, that can think for yourself. Anyway, yeah, there is a lot of men or the good guys that understand what you women are going through. I managed to come through a couple videos that I know from what was said in the comments section that they had to been listening to the Manosphere. They had to been listening to Kevin Samuels, God bless his soul, or what's his name, Andrew Tate. Now, I have no problem with those guys. I don't believe the delivery was right, but then again, as I once said, I have to think of some women like Kendra G, or I can't think of some of the big YouTube personalities, but The View and any of those talk shows that are like man bashing, and it's always like all men's fault. You know, you don't point out a certain group of men. And if you do, you just go after a certain race, whether you're going after black men or white men. You know, I rarely hear society going after men of the Hispanic race too much. But either way, I guess that doesn't matter. Anyway, my first video that I'm going to share, that one did really touch me in a way, because I've had some bad dating experiences, you know, with certain nationalities, where they might have did something that really made my head spin. Like maybe we was in a movie theater and then they just left. You know, this was when I was younger. You know, I didn't know they was on leave. They just left. I was like, wow, what the hell? And some that have used me just to go somewhere or something. So, and some that have, you know, looked me up and down and say that, like, how I was dressed or what I had on was not up to snuff, or maybe it was up to snuff, but still it was like kind of I don't know, I felt really disrespected or something. But I did not know what I know now. I did not have the confidence I have now, because I kind of just stood there and kind of let those females get away with that. Anyway, let's watch the first video.
Okay, story time. I met this guy on Tinder. Wasn't gonna download dating apps at all, because I just think they're all for hookups, and I'm not that type of woman. Was only talking to him for a day, you know, getting to know him, what he values, you know, his job, stuff like that. We decided to go to Applebee's, and things were going okay, just talking about, you know, work, what we do, and, you know, what we look for in a relationship. I'm gonna cry. He basically told me that I need to change how I look, that I could look 10 times better than what I do now. He said that I could die before I'm 40 because apparently I'm unhealthy. Just because I have, you know, curves. And I asked him, I said, you know, do you want to go on another date? And he said no. I asked him, what did I do wrong for, you know, you to say no so quickly? And he basically said that because I'm fat and that I need to do something about myself and I need to better myself. I understand that I'm not the skinniest girl, but I'm a great woman. What guy in their right mind treats a woman like that? In person. But that's all I really have to say right now. I really needed to put it out there that don't ever let a guy ever treat you like I was treated tonight. And I paid for everything.
Damn. That is just ice cold. I mean, nobody should treat anybody like that. A man shouldn't treat a woman like that, and a woman shouldn't treat a man in a similar type of fashion. And bear in mind, I've seen it in reverse. But dudes just take it and they don't usually make a TikTok video or a Facebook post when and that's why guys came up with that thing like being emasculated, because sometimes females do that. But anyway, getting back to her and her dating experience. Now, because of the things that I know now, part of me is like, was you chasing after Chad or Tyrone? You know, you have to kind of expect that because they, like I said, some of them can be good, but a lot of them is like real beautiful women. They're used to getting by their looks, and they their personality might not have too many layers to it, and they rarely think about a person's feelings because most of the time they get people's best behavior with them, you know. Now, not that a woman has to pick a guy that's unattractive, but kind of like me picking women that are attractive. I know with each level of how attractive she is, unless if her parents did a bang up job raising her, she's gonna have some diva in her, you know. The thing is, I definitely hate when they're not that attractive and their diva level is like at 10,000. Like, oh hell no. If she's really attractive and she has some diva in her, you know, I know when I was younger, I would put up with that because I did put up with that. Now, you know, I know I can meet women that is my preference that doesn't have that type of baggage to deal with. So, you know, unless if I see that she's making an effort to be better after I bring it, because you do have to realize that sometimes, let me say this before I get back on her. People that are like attractive or even like rich and have like money, they're used to getting their way with people. And sometimes, and this is not for all of them, not all of them will respond in this way because I think they have to respect you in a way or have some self-awareness. But if they meet a person and that person kind of checks them or kind of like doesn't bend over backwards like everybody else is, they may have a moment of clarity and look at themselves and then be like, oh, I am behaving like a bee right now or a asshole or, you know, and then they may try to be better. Anyway, now I'm hoping she didn't pick a player because obviously she was on a dating app. So obviously she picked the most eligible bachelor to go out with. And of course, you're going to pick the best that you can get. But that's why I think dating apps is not good in a way for men or women because you get trapped into this thing of just going plainly by the looks, and with women, looks in the lifestyle. You know, if they are like on vacation or they've been to Greece and stuff like that. You know. Anyway, putting that stuff aside, my heart goes out to her. I just don't know, you know, could she have easily avoided that? Was she like trying to get somebody that was, or felt she deserved somebody that was maybe, I don't want to say out of her league, but, you know, a guy that you knew was going to be an issue? Now, I'd be really surprised if that was like a normie, or a average guy, because I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have behaved like that. And then for him just to totally just rip her down, that was like totally uncalled for. Even though there has been some women that has mentioned to me like they've been on dates and they're a little on the heavy side, and sometimes the guy just like ditched and left. Yes, I know that because that happened to me earlier in my life with dating. You know, person just left, didn't tell me, they just left. Yeah, you know. So I have not too much more to say about that one right there. I would say for men, because I know now, you know, we have more knowledge now with the dating dynamic thing, and sometimes we're taking it out on women that may not deserve that. If the woman's not your type, then I know it's kind of a hard thing to do, but if you can easily be like nasty to her, then just tell her like, hey, you're not my type, but since we came through trouble going through the date, we can finish the date or something. But and now unless if she's pressing the ass the reason why, I probably wouldn't go to, because I wouldn't want to destroy a person or purposely hurt their feelings. The only time I get like that is when she's trying to hurt my feelings, and then the gloves are off, and then I will low blow too. So that's why I usually say like with this next video I'm going to share is a saying that people should do when that happens. Anyway, let's look at this other video.
So I got this comment earlier today on one of my posts, and it was in response to somebody saying I had a decent body. Well, this guy decided to say mediocre at best. So it just made me think, and I'm not gonna be rude to him. I'm not gonna probably give him what he wants, and that's an argument because I know I'm better than that. But this comment definitely makes me send back to me being that 21-year-old, 22-year-old girl at the time. I wouldn't even say I was a woman yet, but that weighed 247 pounds, struggled with her weight, struggled with her mental health significantly. And then you get a comment like this that says you're mediocre at best. And what a lot of you probably don't know, and probably none of you know honestly, is that I struggle with body dysmorphia. And what that is you're just excessive about exercise, you're excessive about getting your body to change like as quickly as possible. And that's probably why I work out such long hours some days. Like, I am obsessed with it, and I love fitness. It helps with my mental health significantly. It's my therapy, but at the same time it can be a double-edged sword because I am so obsessed with it. Basically what I am getting at is I am taking this comment with a grain of salt. I'm not going to let it ruin my day. But somebody that is really struggling with their body and is having issues maybe losing weight or having issues getting to where they want to be, this comment right here could have sent somebody over the edge. And it's just, people need to learn to be kind. If you want to say something nice, or just don't say anything at all, like the kindergarten saying. Just don't say anything at all. Honestly, this is why I was so hesitant on making a TikTok, but I just knew it. I needed to inspire other people to see what you can do in a short amount of time. I lost so much weight, and I am now in the best shape of my life, and I just want to help inspire others. So if anything, this is going to be a fuel to my fire, and I will continue to work harder and harder. I know my body's not mediocre. I've gained such a long way. And just know that if you ever get a comment like this, especially women that are trying to look their best, just ignore it. It's not worth it. They can move on with their unhappy lives. So I got
Now, this is another one. This sounds like a KS saying, you know, mediocre at best, average at best, or something. And I know that video went viral, and I saw the whole video. Of course, though, it went it went viral off of that one clip of him saying that to the woman. But if you watch the video, it built up to that because he was trying to advise her and tell her, and that woman was like, she still want a certain type of man. And he was just saying that that type of man has lots of options, and why should he choose you and stuff. And she tried to say like what she had to offer and stuff like that. And pretty much he shot that down. Anyway, let's get off of that. Because even though I'm using that as an example of how what KS has done was a little negative to how men are responding to women right now, I do feel like he was needed because we kind of needed a guy that was like those women that would just say anything and just chop a man to shreds. So he was one of those guys that had the verbal, the vernacular, and able to battle toe to toe with a female. Because I'm sorry, women are usually the best arguers most of the time. That's why, even though I do stutter, usually when I am arguing, stuff just comes to me because I learn from the best with the arguing and stuff like that. Even though I'm not really proud of that, because I mean, like I say, that's how you get into the escalating argument. But to men out there, if there are women that's not really like your type or something, just ignore them. Just pass on by. This is what I was saying. Our problem with women, with men saying women over sexualizing themselves. Maybe they are poking their butt out. Maybe they are showing more cleavage or something. But the best thing you can do as a man is just ignore them. Pay them no attention. Stop doing that. And then maybe they'll go away or they'll stop doing it. That's the best thing to do instead of like totally complaining about it and saying what they're doing, because they can always say, well, I'm not doing it for you. You're the one looking. So anyway, with this woman, she looks like a nice woman. She didn't respond hostile to that guy that said that. And she says she had struggled with her weight, and she managed to finally get her weight down. But still, even though she made those changes to her body, she still has those mental scars, and she's still getting through that. So why go there and just dump on her? And, it's possible that you could have said that to a woman, and then she could have like offed herself, deleted herself or something. How would you feel about that? I know some guys wouldn't care. And this is the thing too. I want women and the good women to understand, even the bad ones. I'm not one of those guys that's saying like all guys are right in this. I know there has been a lot of males, which is the equivalent of females, the more toxic of the guys, males in the bad men that have done a lot of things to hurt and degrade and put down women, and to continually do it. Now, I will say this though, most of those guys that are doing that, they happen to be sometimes the best looking guys and the guys with money. Because it seems like no matter what gender or race you are, it seems like when somebody has too much of something, like if they have too much money or they have too much status or they're too good looking, they start getting full of themselves. And if they don't get a reality check, or either they don't become humble, they don't get humbled in some kind of way, then they are going to just use and abuse people, until one day it catches up with them. So anyway, that's it with this video. I just want to put that even though women do have abundance of men that are coming at them, they still have to deal with being mistreated, and sometimes you can just have too much choice. And then when you have too much choice, sometimes it's hard to make a good choice. However, though, to women out there, the good women, the ladies, there are good men out there, but you just have to choose better, and I know it might be hard, especially if you're attractive and you're getting a lot of attention from guys from all ends. Yeah, I know it's tough, but you have to step back and try not to follow the females that's just into like partying and having fun, with those guys, and then complain later. And especially don't get knocked up and get a kid with a guy that that's no good. So anyway, that's it. You guys have a good night, and I'll have another video soon.
I still wanna run to you.